the realest, straight from the Ave, straight from Phillips. We'll get straight into it. We're back live again. I have to remember the lives helped our so much. So we were talking entrepreneurship, and these are 12 ways to make your business possibly grow. Let's make sure we're moving at our own rhythm and nobody else's. And we want to be the leader of our own pack. We don't want any harassment, meaning it's the very ways people harass individuals walking at your same pace and just different things of a sort. So remember that when you are, talking entrepreneurship, a very important entrepreneurship. But remember, when you're visiting places, people have different ways of harassing you, and they could be walking at your same pace, seeing where you're going, over watching you, doing things that are, we have the same capability of buying any property here, just like anybody else. So just keep that in mind and keep that entrepreneurship subscription. So donate, donate, donate. We're talking Kendrick also. And that Lil Wayne, one of the best rappers that ever existed. That Lil Wayne. So welcome, welcome, welcome. We'll try to stay live as long as we can possibly. We'll probably be heading back east back towards the winter. Yes, it is winter on the East Coast. So here it is winter too. It's cold at night during the day. You see beautiful views here, still early in the morning. This is what, kind of backpacking is about for me. Photography. If you get up early in the morning, about 6 o'clock in the morning, some of those shots you see 3 o'clock in the morning. So a lot of times, if you want to do extreme photography, and this was a binge of photography that we have done. How you doing, sir? This is a binge of photography we've done in the last few weeks. We've been in Los Angeles. Very beautiful homes out here. We're in West Hollywood. So this is a West Hollywood. I do enjoy this area. Why? Because it's quiet. You can think. Even when I, had my car here, I would, come in some of these areas, and you can see it's some shade. It's not the summertime, so obviously that's way different. It's not a lot of trees. You're seeing a lot of greenery here, but it's not a lot of trees in Los Angeles. When you start looking, these little palm trees are not much shade. But in the wintertime, obviously it's winter now, it is. But in the summertime, those very few trees are so very important, and they count every last one of them. So you better believe. So yes, these are some very beautiful homes out here. And we enjoy this area. It'd be a good area to write a book, possibly, to read a book. So, not every area. Some areas we're in gives us more of a. Matter of fact, I was in an area and it was giving me a bounce feel, like bounce, 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 bounce. And then if you go to a street area, it'll give you more of like a New York type of street, that beat. So a lot of this stuff, a lot of this music comes from all of this. This beautiful grass here is actually not grass at all. That's artificial turf, which, where we're from, that's a little bit tacky. But very beautiful houses. And these are obviously scenes. We'll be reading some of these comments. We greatly appreciate you commenting. I'll read them right now. Knowledge is power. If you can tell your younger self anything, what would you say now? So individual comment, if I could tell my younger self anything, what would I say now? I would say, you're too young to possess certain things. I look at my younger photos and things, and I say, at the time, you're too young. Nobody's going to, relax a little bit, enjoy life. It's not all about capitalism. When I was very young, we drove Mercedes Benz. It was all about competition. Just recently, being out here gave me the ideal that uh, the bigger pimps are out here. That white man, and this is an adult form, with that big pimp Bentley, you'll see him pop out. And I mean, a pimp bigger than any pimp you ever see in your life. And no disrespect, that's just exactly what I see it as. That big long car. And he pops, honey, what do you want, honey? Honey, you want lemonade or you want tea? And he has all of that swagger. And this individual is probably, you know, he could be in his, 50s or 60s or whatever the case may be. But he's that big white pimp with that big car. And it's a Bentley that stretches farther. So I always thought we as black people had the car game on lock out here at the Beverly. If you go out here on Saturday night, these white men with these big pimp cars, and I'm sure their wife said, honey, don't get out the car. Honey, what you want for dinner? Botox? Honey, there's some chimpanzees. Don't them niggas look like chimpanzees? So yeah, that was just a little joke I put out there. But seriously, the bigger pimps in the world are right here. And we'll see them in their big pimp car. And they are pimping like Malcolm X on, what was that show? Denzel Washington on Malcolm X. They can't even get out the car. They're going to embarrass their wives. They just, they're happy individuals. They happen to live a luxury life and have all this money and buy the biggest pimp car they can buy. So yes, we read some of these comments. My dog passed away this morning. Somebody commented their dog passed away. That is a terrible feeling. I took mine to the vet before it passed away. You think about the time we invest in our pets. We love them all, but it's a lot of money and it's a lot of time and it's a companionship that you can never get back. That pet that you really love and you care about. But saying all that, there's so many people on the streets that need so much more. And I know America, like, you see this right here? That might be dog poop, but that might be human feces. So I think it's more complex, but very sorry your pet died. That is a terrible, tragic thing. Life, we all live and we all die. So let's make sure we can make the best of whatever we have. But remember, even the rich people here are kind of rough. So it's kind of hard to differentiate. Like when we're at home, this is West Hollywood. If anybody want to know what West Hollywood looks like, this is what it looks like. Mostly white people. The LGBTQ is heavy in this area. If we go forward, we go to Hollywood. But we're going to try to cut up this way. Yes, very sorry your dog passed away. That's a sad feeling. Any death is a very sad feeling, but try not to be so emotional. We all have to cry. And I think the more we cry, if you see me crying, my friends, I might be having a wonderful day. It doesn't mean I'm not having a great day that I'm crying. That's just an emotion that's going to help you look better, feel better. If you get a good cry out and you just cry and cry and cry and cry, my friends, you're a lucky person. But don't let your ex let you be hurt here. And you know what I'm saying? So don't let that be like a commodity. Don't become a commodity of tears. In other words, some people want to see people die just so they can cry it all out and it's another chapter in their life and they were successful and I didn't want to see them die. Yes, you did. Admit it. If you were in a relationship for a very long period of time and you're in that relationship and y'all love each other and you never check on this person, you're praying for that person's downfall, it's not going to happen, my friends. Somebody said a long time ago, they said, you know that high school, uh, the person that you went to high school that was everybody loved, that was cute. They said even today, they probably still look good. They probably have beautiful kids. They probably become successful. And their kids will become successful. So us taking our time out hoping somebody becomes unsuccessful is a waste of our time, especially as entrepreneurs. So yes, this is a beautiful area here. I'm glad we still have good connection. I think we have a fair amount of flow. People are commenting right now on the rails, and we greatly appreciate everybody commenting on the rails and donating. The people that have donated to Photography Plug. Now we talked about those. Let me actually read the caption if I could see it. So comment. Let us know where you're from. We had somebody from New Zealand yesterday. Australia tuned in. South Africa haven't tuned in a while. Paris, London, Brussels. I was talking to this woman on the train, and she seemed to be going to the same place I'm going. We're having a great conversation. And I think she realized that I'm going to a very different Los Angeles that she's going to. She's going over there in the USC, and I'm going to a whole different, not the place, but who I am in Los Angeles is going to be a way big difference than who she is. So she quickly separated herself from me and realized it's going to be a lot tougher. But remember, sometimes when it's a lot tougher, it's a lot easier. Every time I did extreme exercise, it was not one time that I Googled something and it said it was bad for your health. Every time I said, oh, wow, you're going to do this? Are you going to walk 10 miles? Oh, my gosh. The average mileage that I walk is not healthy. I walk a little bit too much. That's why I'm heading back to the East Coast. So remember, don't put too much on your body. It is a waiting game. Remember, those people that sleep the best are the most successful. What sells in real estate? If you're selling this property, and if you're anywhere in the world, you can see that they have a for rent sign. It's a 1 bedroom, 1 bath. You can call 818-613-4065. Call or text to find out how much it is to stay in this neighborhood. I think it's pretty pricey. I think everywhere is pricey, my friends. If you stay in this neighborhood and you pay $2,500 a month and you're safe and your car is safe and you come outside and you're fairly safe, but then you pay $1,800 somewhere else or $1,600 or $1,200 somewhere else and your car gets broken in and you get shot. And so really you pay for the area you're in. So, if you know you can't survive something, why put yourself through that? If you know it's an unsafe street to walk down, why would you walk down that street? One of my best friends told me, he said, go by your gut instinct. Go by your very gut instinct. So we're going to try to stay live as long as we possibly can. I think it's just some areas, some days, sometimes are better than the other days and times, but I still want to have a pretty decent show because we're still getting so many subscribers. I cannot believe it. But I don't have the time to celebrate because we're still trying to push towards 200,000 subscribers. And we want to raise over $20,000 for entrepreneurship. Raising that $20,000 could put us places that, you see, to get to places that are hard to get to, it's going to take a little bit more, but can you wish my girl Dixie Normus a happy birthday? Happy birthday, Dixie Normus. Somebody just commented Dixie Normus. But it was very funny to see that, I guess at my hometown, that I can do so many more views. I think because I have more energy. I'll be more prepared. It'll be more energetic because I have all of that great rest. Remember, rest is that key formula that the enemy won't tell you about. Rest and sleep and eating vegetables. And I don't say being positive because you have to out-evil these people. You have to be evil. And I don't mean throw a punch. I don't mean shoot a gun. I don't mean curse at somebody. The most evil person in the world is that legitimate American citizen. The most evil person in the world is the legitimate American citizen that uses his power as an American citizen to get rid of the illegals. That's the type of power that it hasn't been done in world history, that the American citizen has used his full power. It's never been done before. If an American citizen uses his power, my friend, it'll be very evil. Very evil. So we try to neutralize that. The American citizen is supposed to be the most powerful human being that ever stood on the face of this earth. And then you say, well, Jesus Christ. Yes, other than Jesus and Muhammad, the American citizen is supposed to be the most powerful citizen that ever existed. But that comes and is literally up to you to be that, if you are, or that world citizen. But that American citizen is supposed to be the most powerful citizen in the world. Bro, if you need to get anywhere, bright neon yellow vest, bring friend ladder, you will be able to get inside anywhere. Yes, my friends. Yes, my friends. Yes, my friends. Yes, this person is more advanced. I talked to a guy that I thought he was a Mexican, and he was more advanced than I was in technology. He had a camera that he actually zoomed in on. He had an actual camera that he actually zoomed in on. But you see that? Pay attention to that. That could be harassment. See somebody walking behind you like this? You know what I'm saying? So they're pushing you. Move at your own leisure and your own control. Control your own world. Don't let them control you. One person was walking behind me as if I wasn't walking fast enough. Listen, I'll stop walking, let you go forward, but at the same time, I'm harassing them too. It's both ways. So you can legally say hello. Say hello. See, like that. But he might not want me to say hello. But you can legally go up to Holly Berry every day and say hello. And she hates it. And that's what I'm talking about. It's an equal playing field. I'm not saying I'm the victim. I'm not saying I'm the perpetrator. But we both play both sides, victim and perpetrator. So if I'm here just to say, I know this person doesn't like me. Hello, how are you doing? It's 100% legal. They can say, can't stand this person. You're controlling them because they're thinking about you then. So if you can get some of the most powerful people in the world to think about you one time a day, you can start controlling the world. I'm going to repeat that. If you can get 2 of the most powerful people in the world to think about you twice a day, you can start controlling the world. You can control the world. When your mother went to school, she could have dated anybody she wanted to. She could have been with Denzel if she wanted to. It was her decision not to. your cousin, your brother, your sister, your aunt. It was their decision. Mr. Lagerford, Karl Lagerfeld, wasn't invited every time. Bill Cunningham, the photographer, was never invited to events until he was about 75, 80 years old. That great Bill Cunningham, the great photographer of New York City. He lived in that Times Square on a box. Well, Bill couldn't compare to Photography Plug because Bill was white. Every time Bill touched the camera, everybody ran to it. But Photography Plug is a little bit different. Holly Berry runs every single, I guarantee, when they come back with the statistics, they're going to say, well, every single agency has followed him in some period of time. That Harriet Tubman is in all of us. Somebody said, somebody commented, and these people, they really make my day. They said, go back to Jimmy John's. They undermine my thought process, which is wonderful, because they give you, in a sense, back to that reality, the reality that we in, that we all just normal people trying to make it to the next day. But yes, my friends, I will go back to, I went to Jimmy John's yesterday, got a sub. It was absolutely delicious. And I'm gonna tell you, it felt like I was on a diet. If you're coming out here, you see this beautiful lady ahead of her, she probably doesn't eat a lot. That's not what they're telling you. So if you're a big country guy and you expect to eat 12 pieces of chicken every day, you can forget about it in LA. It's not gonna be anywhere where you're gonna be getting 12 pieces of chicken like I normally eat. So keep that in mind. This gentleman here, he's slim. So, you know, they're smaller people. They're not so big. You see that, you know, the girl that's running down the street, when she's running down the street, and some of the most beautiful women in the world are here. And I've seen it front hand. And I seen this one, she was 6 feet tall, Chinatown, black. And she was with her boyfriend, but she had the skimpiest tights on. And in my mind, I said, nobody can beat these women out here. There's too many of them. They're tall, they're lanky, they have big slew foots. They're beautiful. They're very beautiful women out here. Some of them are so beautiful, I get out of the way. That's right. You need to have your best attire on, my friends, if you want to. You know, don't get me wrong, construction worker always wins. The muddy worker always wins, but when you put on some decent clothes, you know, it's about time for us as a company to change our roles and start tailoring ourselves down. So welcome to the Photography Plug. I get to this moving truck, and then we will read these comments. It's kind of hilly here, but the hills make sense. If you're in Georgia, you're walking up a hill for no reason. At least you have a view. You can see why you walked up the hill. It looks good. But if you're in Atlanta or Georgia, it's no reason for those hills. You're literally walking up hills in 100 degrees weather for no reason, no view. So it is a reason why you see the views here and you see them walking up hills. At least you have a view when you get to the top of the hill. So that's a normal moving truck that I usually move. I miss my job already, but I won't be going back there. We'll be starting something different. It's called moving up in this YouTube and different entrepreneurship opportunities, and getting back to maybe a UPS or FedEx. I might go there. Somebody just commented they love the footage. Yeah, this is a very beautiful part. This is why I was really trying to get to. What you can see near the, I can't think of the mall. but right near the mall down there. But yes, this is a very beautiful part of Los Angeles. We had a really good time while we was here. I didn't know what to expect. I knew it would be tough. I didn't know it would be that tough, but it's always harder. It's better when it's, somebody told me he was a professional photographer in New York City, and he said, you don't want this job to be easy, man. He said, they were going over there to shoot at Jimmy Fallon's. He said, we're going over to Jimmy's right now, but trust me, you don't want this to be easy. You don't want your job to be easy, really. Nobody want to wake up and have that easy pie job, maybe some people. But what's an easy job? It's not one that exists. It's not one job out there. You can sell t-shirts and you got to figure out, you got to order 50,000 of them to be successful. You could be a butler and you got to figure out, hell, you got to serve 2 bosses. So I don't think it's an easy, if you work at the Curve Market, it's just as hard as Photography Plug, the bookstore, it doesn't matter. So all of these jobs are hard. Yes, sir, you never know what you are going to see. Those areas from beautiful women, beautiful erotic vehicles. That is true. That McLaren. I wanted to see Carucci today. I don't think I'm gonna be able to. They're going to a concert. I just wanted to get that shot. But when we're talking McLarens, we're talking Gucci, and we talk Carucci, we are talking brands. When we're talking Photography Plug, we're talking a brand too, Steve Harvey. You know, I cannot think of this wonderful comedian here. Very beautiful, wonderful comedian here. She knows who I'm talking about at Laugh. She has an event. I didn't get to make that event. So yes, that is a very beautiful view. They always say as a photographer, that view is behind you. And most of the time you're looking forward, you don't see anything. You don't see anything because that view, the shot is actually behind you. So donate. So important to raise money as Harris lost to Donald Trump. Now soon we'll be having Donald Trump in the White House. We all have to realize that is a reality that will be happening. Mr. Donald Trump will be our president of the United States of America. 34 felonies. Anything is possible. If that doesn't prove that anything is possible, then nothing proves that anything is possible, except the fact that he is a white man. Guys, I hate to bring that factor up, but it's a huge factor in every facet, as we see George Floyd's face shining on the Hollywood Boulevard. That factor is a reality. Every corner we turn, every company that we say, well, what company do you work for? People say they want to change, but who do you work for? If you're going to still work for the people that are making you poor, then you're going to remain poor. You can't just vote and then say that's equality, or you can't go to your barber and say, I'm going to pay my barber $100 more than the last patron and think that is equality. No, that's stupidity. So we see George Floyd there and Trayvon Martin. So many important people that makes America what it is and who it is. And George Floyd is that. Died with a food stamp, one food stamp in his pocket, and was tortured by that peace officer that is now incarcerated for the rest of his life and should be there. Yes, beautiful California. Welcome to the Photography Plug. We'll stay live a little bit longer. I'm gonna save my battery life. We don't have this incredible amount of people in here, but we have 3.5 million people that have came to Photography Plug in 30 days. If that's not exciting, I don't know what's exciting. So we're excited for this company. We want to be excited for your company. Put your company tag, name, logo, whatever in the comment section. We're going to not only shout you out, we're going to be collabing with some of these new entrepreneurs and old entrepreneurs. We even talked to Soldier. We talked to Mark. Remember I told you we'd get close to Harris. We did that. We did a whole lot of things on photography floor, that brick and mortar, that stone building standing there in gold represents America as well. We're in business. We're ready to do business, and we have some problems with each other. We're going to iron those problems out, and we're going to become one of the bigger companies. We're like Randall told Trump, we want one, and we won't take two. And when we get our star, we won't allow it to be on the back street. We can honestly, guys, seriously, we can become bigger than any entity in the world. It's the mind, thought, and that process that allows us to become a bigger entity in the world. In other words, if I had 50 images of Halle Berry that nobody had ever seen before, and I let 2 or 3 of them go, social media would go wild. In that moment, we control the world. So if we had more of that, we would be in the controlling mechanism. As I spoke to Bloomberg, they had some other people talking to me, and I said, why wouldn't y'all take Andy Warhol's art? Was there in New York at the Erykah Badu shot that I got, Vogue in New York, the Met Gala. So behind us, we're standing behind Andy Warhol. It's a reason why all of us artists work together. You remember they said, look at the shoes of an artist. Look at the shoes of an artist, a real artist's shoes. Look at the shoes that a real artist wears. And it's going to be paint. It's going to be dirt. It's going to be dust. It's going to be hard, guys, to become that number one entity. With technology, we can do it. With YouTube, we can do it. With your comments, with your subscribers, we can do it. We can simply do it. We're going to go cross country again very soon. So we'll be going cross country. And I want you guys to stick with me, subscribe, donate, comment on your favorite video. We're going to get more erotic cars. We might not be able to get Karuchi this time. We got Halle Berry this time. Next time we'll have professional format camera. In other words, I didn't bring my professional camera with me. If I would have, my friends, they would have considered me a United States American spy. Because I have the ability to actually go into a mode, a computer program mode that can programs. It's a computer program mode that your body can. You know, we're all in the computer program mode. We're on social media. We're computerly programmed. If I wasn't computerly programmed, then I wouldn't be putting out all of these videos. So at the moment, I'm working as a piece of a computer, and I'm programmed to upload these things. So, you know, this is just. So if I wanted to be deprogrammed, I'd go to the nature. I would turn my cell phone off. I would go to Rasta. I would go to Ethiopia. I would turn my cell phone off. But right now, we're part of the program. That same program in some of our finer institutions. And we talk about that, and I'm going to finish with this. And some of our finer institutions are Duke University, one of the most racist universities in American and world history. Some of our finer universities are penal systems, wherever that may be. Rikers Island, one of the finest universities in the world. And the federal government has proved, that's true, the federal government has very recently proved that yes, my friends, by John Gotti, by Tupac Shakur, by Moneybagg Yo, by artists all over the world, ready to be arrested by the federal government so the federal government can put that stamp on your arm and say, he's mine. And your value goes up. It's not a person that hasn't been arrested by the federal government value that hasn't went up in American history. Welcome to the Photography Plug. Can I donate? Yes, you can donate. Donate. That is very important. Bonjour, monsieur. Bonjour. I wanted to go to Paris. I want to go to Paris. I want to be in Paris, my friends. Sitting there, taking beautiful photos, writing, doing artwork. I love Paris. Yes, bonjour from Paris. Bonjour. We love it. We love it. And we love California. We love California too. It's just when you're here, I'm sure Paris is tough while you're there. It's just when you're here, it's rough. When you're here, it's tough. But I don't like the numbers that we've been putting out as far as the lives go. But sometimes you have to take whatever you can get as long as it's not unrealistic. And these numbers are pretty much unrealistic, but considering, it's just simply unrealistic. We won't go into the details of that. Obviously, that's common sense. So, guys, I really appreciate all the subscribers. Keep subscribing. Know we're out here. We're going to go back across country. We're going to keep binging. This is the largest and the longest photo binge in American history in the last month. Nobody ever has went cross country and went to pretty much 4 or 5 different states independently. We're not talking about people who are signed with deals. If you work for J. Cole, if you work for, this is an independent company that has been independent for a while. So this is the #1 independent. And shouts out to Ice Spice Photographer. Go see his work. He's still independent, but it's a beautiful thing. He gets to travel all around the world with Ice Spice. And I'm so happy for his success. And that's what I was going to bring to the table also. Not just the work that we have, but the work that we have massed together. And we come up with a name. We come up with not a name of a company. We come up with all of these photos. So we're coming up with all of these, not just the Young Thug or the Lil Babies we own or the Ariana Grandes. No, we're talking linking with other photographers and buying their imagery. We go to Stars of Stars and say, yes, we want to buy your Rihannas. We want to buy them like Getty Images. We want to buy those images. It's a good thing that we ended here. A legendary spot, Whitney Houston, Aaliyah, Left Eye, Lady Gaga, and one of the most influential Spanish artists in world history, known for her beauty that captured the world. Guys, I usually say that if I had all the information, I would tell you. But I don't have the information, and I don't even have a desk. So guys, y'all have a wonderful day today. It's been a pleasure. Subscribe, keep comment on your favorite reel, donate, buy a product, be a part of this entrepreneurship that's going to change the world, like these beautiful women. Amy Winehouse, I did not say Lady Gaga, I apologize, that's Amy Winehouse. So yeah, thank you guys.